What up? What up? It's your boy back with the afternoon vibes, man. Thank you for tuning in with your boy Bobby. Y'all see, man, we got Jason Whitlock over here beefing with old Stephen A, man. You know, we got the older guys out here beefing, so let's see what they talking about. Is this a legit beef or is this what? They ain't got nothing
A.
else better to
Smith
do.
and Shannon Sharp. Like, y'all can come at me if you want to, but I will drop these facts on y'all. Because I know it all. If you're not connecting the dots and why I love what Katt Williams did here and why we're doing this show. And again, I don't know Katt Williams at all, obviously. I'm a Dave Chappelle comedian guy. I'm Chris Rock. I'm not familiar with Katt Williams' library. I'm not.
Yeah, man, 'cause
Funny,
you're older.
but
We get
not my guy.
We get
And
it.
so I don't know him in totality.
Right.
But I'm listening to this. I'm going, this dude, he thinks like me. And that's all I can say is just like, he's like, I got enough
Please
talent that
justify
I can
yourself.
carry myself and I don't have to take these deals that everyone else takes. And then I can expose the truth about all these other people that they're running around and pretending like, oh, they're on Katt Williams' level. And so I'm saying all this to set up a.
Whoa. So who you trying to say ain't on your level, my brother? You trying to say Stephen ain't on your level? Who you trying to say ain't on your level, man? Come on, my guy.
That I want to make sure you put the context in, but I want to put this clip out and I want to connect this to the sports world and the sports media industry.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm listening to this going, oh my God, does Katt Williams know who he's talking to in Shannon Sharp and what he represents? Because when he talks about that cabal, that Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley and all these guys, you know who's in that cabal in the sports media world?
I said the same thing, dog. That's why that boy was over there getting. You could tell when Katt was saying some of the stuff he was saying, it was getting to Shannon. Talking about his boys, man. He part of that good old boy clique.
Stephen A. Smith is a part of that cabal.
And Shannon.
Steve Harvey and friends and used to go on Steve Harvey's show, and they all take care of each other. And it looks like the people say, hey, that's black dudes looking out for each other, blah, blah, blah. Katt Williams like, no, they all took the deal. And so when Katt Williams at the beginning of the story is talking about Steve Harvey and Steve Harvey stealing Katt Williams' narrative of being homeless and applying it to himself. And Katt Williams is calling BS, saying like, man, you're making $15,000 a week and you want me to believe that you homeless? And he's saying everybody in the comedy world knows that that's BS. He knows guys that was traveling with Steve and how much money Steve was making. And I say all that and connected all to Stephen A. Smith because you all have seen me and Stephen A. Smith beefing back and forth, and he's calling me fat bastard, and he's going to expose this truth about me, and he's going to ask ESPN to do X, Y, and Z, and they are, because he's part of the cabal. He's part of this whole alphabet mafia, and that's not calling him gay. That's not what I'm doing, but he's part. The alphabet mafia is the LGBTQ, BLM, Barack Obama, feminist. It's that whole cabal that I was telling you about yesterday. And Stephen A. Smith is a part of that. And and this is why I told when I said to Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, like,
oh yeah, folks. Folks ain't gonna like you going at Obama. But you can't be talking about Obama like that, man.
Y'all can come at me if you want to.
Folks don't like that now.
But I will drop these facts on y'all. Because I know it all. Because my journalistic instincts and just willingness to research. And so Stephen A. Smith wrote or had someone write, because Stephen A. Smith can't write, had someone write a memoir, Straight Shooter. And he shouldn't have done that because I've read it. And just like Katt Williams is breaking down to you like, look at these lies that Steve Harvey is telling. And look at this deal, how Kevin Hart is a plant and he was promised things at the very beginning. And it's like, how did Kevin Hart come out here to LA with deals in place and all this success in place? And it's like, who's Kevin Hart? What he's saying is like, Kevin Hart ain't even got that kind of talent. How? It hasn't been done since or before. If you go look at Stephen A. Smith's narrative, many people, including myself, that know Stephen A. Smith's narrative is like, this makes no sense. This dude could barely write, had editors at the Philadelphia Inquirer that had to rewrite everything.
Bro, everybody get writers to write their memoir. You know, they sit there almost like they doing a little therapy section. Lay down on the back and tell them their life story. You know, the writer gonna make it good. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta come with something else, my brother. Come on.
Editors at ESPN that had to rewrite everything, knows virtually nothing about any other sport other than the tiny, tiny bit he knows about basketball. This man has sat on TV and said, hey, man, they should have kicked the field goal on third down just in case they miss it. They can re-kick it again on fourth down. Oh, this tight end's playing tonight for the Chargers, but he actually was cut and plays for another team. This man, it's comical how little he actually knows about sports, but someone installed him as the number one voice of sports.
Who did that?
That's what Katt Williams is talking about. Kevin Hart is an okay comedian. Someone installed him as the face of comedy and gave him a deal and put things in place for him to have all this success because they could control Kevin Hart. That's what happened to Stephen A. Smith. And if you go read Straight Shooter, you can see it everywhere. If you read his memoir,
it's talking that bad. Don't
Stephen A. Smith. And
pull it back.
Yeah, it's like all Stephen A. Smith. If you go read his memoir and listen to the stories he tells about getting a basketball scholarship to Winston-Salem State, it's so mind-blowingly preposterous and stupid and fabricated. I'm like, holy cow. How did they let him tell these lies? Or whoever wrote it, who wrote these lies? That he went down and had a scrimmage and hit 17 straight shots, and Big House Gaines gave him a scholarship on the spot. This is Division II basketball, Winston-Salem State. The school is poor. Big House Gaines has written books about how little money he had for scholarships. But someone who didn't pee a drop in high school basketball, didn't pee a drop at the Fashion Institute school that he allegedly played junior college basketball at, didn't pee a drop there, somehow sits out a year and goes and plays in one scrimmage game, and he gives a date of the scrimmage game. It's like it's in the middle of their...
Why do that man like that, dog? Stephen A., man. Look, you got caught doing too much, dog. You really said all that in your book, my brother. Come on, man.
Season, they bring Stephen A. Smith up for a scrimmage at the end of their season around NCAA or conference tournament time. They bring him up, and he participates in the scrimmage and makes 17 straight shots, and they give him a full ride basketball scholarship at a school that struggles to give out full ride scholarships to more than 3 or 4 players on the team. Stephen A. Smith got one for making 17 straight shots in a scrimmage at the end of someone's regular season when he drove up from New York. You didn't play in high school, or you didn't play in high school. You didn't do anything at the Fashion Institute that had a junior college team. Fashion Institute is some gay college in New York that had a junior college basketball team that Stephen A. Smith says he played on, although he never played. And then he got a scholarship to Winston-Salem State. He wants you to... Stephen A. Smith's on camera.
This shit don't even sound right.
Talking to Molly Karam and Jalen Rose and J.J. Redick, and they put up a stat, and we can play the video. Not today, because I didn't tell them this, because this is organic. I didn't know I was going here. But I can, next week or tomorrow, I'll play a video. Or hell, maybe we'll add it in here on this show. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But they play a video of Jalen Rose and J.J. Redick's senior stats, and it's Malika Andrews, I think, not Molly Karam. And then Stephen A. senior stats. And they got Stephen A. Smith averaging 1.5 points a game his senior year. And Jalen Rose maybe averaging 16, and J.J. Redick averaging 22. And everybody, it's the scene or the interview or the segment, everybody's kind of giggling at Stephen A. in comparison to J.J. Redick and Jalen Rose. And Stephen A. says on camera, well, what they don't tell you is, I only average 1 point a game because, or I only average that little a game because I only played in one game that year because I blew up my knee. And so someone must have figured out later, like, Stephen A., we got you up here saying you average 1.5 points a game your senior year.
Right. So how the hell you only played one game? That don't even make sense.
You just said on camera,
1.5 points.
You only played in one game your senior year because you blew out your knee. You can't average 1.5 points if you only played one game.
Right.
Can't be done.
No.
Now, I'm not a math genius, but it cannot be done.
I agree.
So what he did, there's another video of Stephen A. Now, Stephen A., you got time to scrub it from the internet if you'd like. Where it's like 3 or 4 months later, Stephen A. figured out, like, oh, God, I screwed up. And so he went on the Stephen A. Smith podcast and said, he played the clip of them doing that. And then he said, it's all a lie. It was all a lie. I didn't play a damn game because I blew out my knee. And so he says something, I believe the original thing may be in January. Then he comes back 3 or 4 months later on his own podcast, plays the clip of him lying, and then says, well, that's all a lie because I didn't play because I hurt my knee. So I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to pick on Stephen A. Smith. I'm trying to help you understand these truths that Katt Williams are talking about. They apply across the entertainment industry.
Everybody knew
when
that. When
you see somebody in this current environment installed as the voice, as the person, you better go check their history because it's more than likely they haven't earned that. They've been installed. They've cut a deal. And they've written up some little false narrative for them. It's not earned. There was never at any point was Stephen A. Smith a great sports columnist. Stephen A. Smith made his name befriending Allen Iverson and breaking some new Allen Iverson related news and a handful of NBA story related news. But they put him out there as this great opinionist. He doesn't have he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's there to be on target as it relates to these larger messages that they want to pass on. They want men watching ESPN.
Y'all know what he's trying to call him, right? I would say it, but I don't know the rules yet about what I can and cannot say on YouTube yet. Just getting started, but y'all know what he's trying to say.
And thinking, should I take the vaccine? And they want Stephen A. Smith to say, yes, take the vaccine. Anybody that doesn't take the vaccine is an idiot. Kyrie Irving's an idiot. That's the job.
Yeah.
There's certain messages that these top entertainment people, these black puppets and white ones, because all of Hollywood's in on it. That's why, Jimmy Kimmel hates Aaron Rodgers. Because the people that won't play the game they get upset with. Oh man, Whitlock, is fat, overweight, obese. He better support that vaccine. Not gonna do it.
Y'all know that was funny. Even Jason knew it was funny.
Not gonna do it. Not my role. Not my job. Not qualified. It's not what I believe. There's no check you can cut me.
Man, y'all see it, man. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. That was a little backstory of what Jason said that got old Stephen A. going, man. Till next time, holla.